Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, fish cannons are working. Thank you. Very good. Glad we have tested. Okay. Let's see. Notifications are out. Is this working? Yeah, that should be working. Okay.
Hello,
Okay. Hello and welcome, everybody. Shall we get started for today? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the... Okay, so...
It's free real estate.
No, the tail pats is not... Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. It is... Listen, we're gonna take it to the deep, long look at, things. You're reaching for fish. So wait, hold on. You were giving me fish and then trying to take them back. I'm sorry, is there some scam going on where you guys give me a fish, take it back, and then give me another one? No, that's not how this works. That's... Woo! Anyway, hello everybody, welcome. We are here at Studio Now and Then today. I mean, we are most days. But like specifically today, we're doing art today. Yeah. So I have a series of unusual events that have led me to a thing I want to draw today. You guys, yeah, we're doing art. We're gonna be drawing with all of our hearts though. Like you gotta, right? Every time. That's how it works. Hello, welcome in. Okay, so let me tell you the tale of how we got to what we're drawing today. Or should I show you and then... No, I will tell the tale first and then we'll go for it. Before that though, okay, news and announcements. Okay, so we did community game night last night, and I think we're gonna have to broaden our scope of games to choose from. We're gonna figure out how we want to do that, and then we will try something a little different next time. I'm thinking we're gonna tell the tale exactly. Saturday, which is 2 days from now. Today is not Friday. Today is still Thursday. Does it feel like Friday? Is it just me? It really feels like it should be Friday today. Anyway, on Saturday, we're doing collab with homies. We're gonna be doing Escape the Backrooms again. Yeah, the first step is like oh my goodness, can I just also say I have some fabulous mods who are like, oh my gosh, let us help, let us do things, and I'm like, no wait, hold on, let me figure out how I want to do it first. This is just very good. I am burdened with mods that are too helpful. Yeah, woe is me. I'm calling you guys out. I'm calling you out. It does feel like Friday, right? I do have mods, yeah. Let's see. No self-immolation during streaming hours. What you do on your own time is up to you. There you go. But yeah, okay, so anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. So that's the news. Still working on flannel witch outfit for this model. I might be changing more than I probably should be, if I'm honest. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, okay, so the tale. What are we working on today? I have a very specific thing that I want to work on today. There's an art that I want to make just for myself, for funsies. How did this idea come about? Okay, so Jackie, my homie Jacqueline the vampire. You guys should know who this is. Can we actually get a shout out for Jackie? You should check out this fabulous bean. She amazing. She good at the video games, right? Very spicy, very sassy, very cool, right? We can all aspire to be Jackie level cool. So anyway, Jackie was like, "Hey Isla, you want to play some Overwatch?" And I'm like, "Ooh, listen, after the Overwatch 2 and all of the stuff about company, I was like, I don't know if I do." And then it was like, yeah, but like hanging out with homies and like, right? So like hanging out with the homies. I'm like, I can do that. So I booted up Overwatch, like, again. I know. Look, I know you're judging me with your eyes. I'm judging me too. It's fine. Listen, but I reinstalled Overwatch, okay? I haven't actually played an FPS game in a long time, so I booted it up, and like, oh my gosh, one of the funniest things. So I booted up the game. Like, it's been years since I've played this game, right? So booted it up and I connected it to my Steam account, right? So while this super dramatic cutscene is like playing, I'm just getting a bajillion achievements from like all of the time that I played Overwatch like 1, right? So like this I don't know if you guys have seen cutscene, but like this lady's father is like dying in a hospital bed, and I just hear the Steam like ba-ding, ba-ding, like new achievement, ba-ding, like the whole time. So the dramatic tension was well, it wasn't really there, because I just, ba-ding, you got an achievement, So anyway, there was that, and then finally got into the game, and there's so many new things. Yeah. There's a bunch of new heroes. I'm trying to think. Bautista was like one of the last heroes that I remember playing before I stopped. So like it's been a long time. I think the whatever ninja healer, I don't think I played her, but I knew of her. Baptiste, yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time. They got a lot of new beans in the roster now. So like I was just looking at people and like, what do you do? How does this work? Do you know what I found? When I booted up the Overwatch?
Hello.
There's this new tank lady who I was like, oh hey, she's pretty cool, right? And the cat's new. I don't think the cat is quite my playstyle, but you got an achievement and it spoiled the mood, right? Oh man. Domina, Mamina. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah. So if you have seen her, I was like, oh hey, it's like the super boss office lady, and I was like, she's pretty cool. What does she do? Her playstyle is like exactly my playstyle. So yeah, looks, attitude, the smugness, the just immaculate vibes, really. So then I got thinking, what would it be if I had this sort of outfit, right? What if I had boss energy instead of chaos energy, right? Make a new layer.
Hello.
Do it. We're not on art screen yet. You save your chaos layers. We're not doing that. Vendetta is also really fun. I haven't played her too much. Like there's a lot of heroes that I haven't touched. Like I have no idea what they do. So like I don't know. But anyway, so I played a bit and I was like, oh, wow, this is actually like pretty good. Is Overwatch good again? I don't know. Remains to be seen, but for now I found Tank Huaman that I quite like. There you go. There's the status update and the long rambling story of why we are drawing what we are drawing today. There you go.
Hello.
Is that our Riao? It is. Hello, Riao. Welcome in, homie.
Hello,
Can we get a
hello.
shout out for Riao, please? This comfy, cozy. Is Overwatch good again? The answer might surprise you. It's no. I mean, listen, it hit me in this nostalgia, okay? And I'm like, I get to play with friends. That's the thing. So like in that case, I will probably like it. Was it ever good? I mean. So yeah, anyway, if you don't know of Riao, you should check her out. She's very comfy, cozy, does baking. I remember the food stuff. Plays a lot of like story games, comfy games, that kind of thing. Yeah, Riao's very cool. Please observe. Go observe. Yeah. Yeah, so I also uninstalled the Overwatch in the years ago. And listen, I'm not saying reinstall it. I'm saying I reinstalled it because I wanted to play the video game with friends. That's all. But also I discovered Boss Lady Tank Huaman, and she's pretty good. She's pretty good. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, there you go. Okay, wait. It's very ticklish. Stop. Dab looking at you. Jackie. Yeah, listen. The company has issues, okay? Yep. I'm not here to debate all of that. I'm probably woefully uninformed, but again, I just want to play the game with my homies. Oh my gosh, Jackie, have you seen the what's her name? Domina? I'm bad at names. But this lady, this she pretty. Dan also very fun to play. That as well. Oh my gosh, are we gonna have to fight over playing her, Jackie? That might be a problem. I am woefully uninformed a lot. This is true. Well, listen, the totalitarity and the amount of knowledge the human race has, I can't know all of the things. That's very difficult to know. I'm very good at one thing. Well, I'm okay at one thing. I can do one thing. Passably. Yes. Has swords so we don't have to fight over tank things. Okay, very good. It's true. I'm like the old meme. I'm the Jon Snow. I know nothing. There you go. No, actually, I don't know anything about that, Oranthil. It's just I'm fierce. I'm very fierce. Fierce only. Yes. Yeah. The tank lady, Domina. She like if I could do like a thumbs up, I would be doing a thumbs up. But I cannot do that. But just imagine we're doing a thumbs up. Yep. That's there you go. All right. So, let's do some hellos. Yeah, let's do some hellos and then let's do some shall we? That was my long rambling tale of why we're drawing what we're drawing today. There you go. Same amount of legend? No, I don't think so. I'm very fierce. Thank you. Yes. Dan, thank you for head pats. Okay. I'm scrolling back. Here we go. Hold, please. Have I been talking for like 30 minutes? Really? Wow. Phoenix, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Hungry for Hippo, hello. We've got Invert, hello. Welcome in. We've got Ivan. Good to see you again. Welcome back. We've got... to scroll. Hold on. Blue Kiwi, welcome in. It's good to see you. We've got Kyron. Hello there. Gamble Champ, welcome. Kailua, hello, hello. M. Torres, good to see you. Welcome. Sissy, hello there.
Hello.
We've got Haidon. Hi. Welcome. Hello, Quinn. Hello. Frost, welcome in. We've got Guilty. Hello there, Guilty. Glad you could make it today. All right. I think we are good to go. Welcome in, Offspring. Oh my goodness. That reminds me, I need to actually put up my thing. I want to do, like, your character here, little Chibalese. I think that'd be good. Yeah, before the end of Strem. Amazing, right? All right. Hold, please. Let me see here. Okay. So anyway, let me adjust this really quickly. There we go. Okay, so so here we have the sub. I just drew like a quick little doodle, but this is gonna be the thing that we're working on today. We're gonna see if this works. I feel like the ears being down is a little bit weird for me, but I kind of like it. Okay, show of hands in the chat. Who here isn't plotting something? Yeah, who is not plotting something? Okay, Blue Kiwi's not plotting something. Hungry for Hippo also not plotting something. Ratos might not be. Oh, yeah, everybody's plotting. I mean, that does count as a plot, yes. Aw, can we get some donated brain cells so that one of our mods can plot something? I feel like we need this. Donate brain cells to deserving mods today. Thank you. There you go. Brain cells for mods. Go forth, plot. Make it exciting or funny or like something that'll make the news, okay? Oh. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So, we're just kind of going to be doodling today. Again, I'm still not sure about the ear thing, but we're going to roll with it for now. So let me turn that down a bit and then... For villainy? No, I'm not a villain anymore. Look, I have a very non-villainous job now. I run a whole art studio. Yes, definitely nothing villainous happened in the studio. We are on the wrong layer. There we go. So anyway, the plan is, this was just a very rough sketch. We're going to clean this up a little bit. Figure out the actual anatomy and what's going on here. Money laundering? No, that's crazy. No, listen. We just do art now. Looks more business, right? See, that's what I was thinking. Like my giant pointy ears are a little too expressive, maybe. You're in a business meeting and then you just have the wiggly ears and then people are like, oh, I can't take that seriously. No, I know how it works. Was one thing, became another. Who can say? Listen, who knows? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Okay, so we actually need to move up the... I mean, okay, hold on. If I were to pose next to this, right? We got the head size. We gotta, you know, make sure that the hips and the, you know, other proportions are, like, you know, correct. That's the stratagem. Next art forgery class? No, we don't do that anymore. Listen. The goal is for you to be able to express yourselves, not somebody else for profit, yeah? No. I wonder if we need to change the silhouette at all. The arms are like this, and then we have... Can I actually have the arms go all the way out here? I feel like they would be a little bit long. I'd have to turn the character a little bit more to the side, I think. Loud vehicle outside, that's fine. Yes, definitely a cat. He's upsetty spaghetti that his food has been changed. I told him too. Warnings were given. Okay, so let's see. Elbows are here. This would have to be like this. Yeah, except the arms are very long. So then the question is, do we want this to be, like, accurate to current model? Or do we want this to be, like, super cool? Because I feel like this is a much cooler pose than this, like, doodle. You can't really tell. It's very sketchy, perhaps, but, it is sketchy! What do you mean? Yeah, the big thing with this, so with character design, it's all about silhouettes, right? So like having the fancy stick that has to stick out from the body, it has to escape the silhouette of the body. That way it stands out as being important, right? So that's why we're trying to make sure that it stays away from the rest of that. I'm wondering if we were to, let's see, got a little bit of perspective. We could angle that, then we could have... Okay, so I'm thinking about perspective whilst drawing. So you'll notice we have the knees are kind of lined up like this, the shoulders will be kind of lined up like this, right? It'll just give us the character a little bit more interest. It's not, we're not just looking straight on at the character, right? If you have a big jacket and cape and a stick, the stick gets lost. Exactly. We are gonna have big jacket as well. But like we're gonna have the wind like swooshing it out this way. Not that you can see any of my arrows because my head is in the way. This way. There we go. Just so that we have a very distinctive like silhouette, right? And I'm wondering... Would there be thigh highs? That's the next question we've got to ask ourselves. Right? True. I could make myself smaller. This is true. Or I could just have my ears all up in the drawing and blocking the whole screen. Either way. The answer is always yes. But like design-wise though, right? Would it be better to not have? My big old ears will go where they will because they're so big they take up the whole screen. It does need to make sense. I mean, it actually doesn't, but it's always like better if it's slightly grounded, right? It's like we gotta ask ourselves, what type of shirt gives off like Boss Goro type energy, right? Is it like a long sleeve shirt? It doesn't need to make sense. It does have to. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Nope. I talked about it. Now it's not gonna happen. It's just gonna be stuck in my nose forever. Okay, we're fine. Thank you. Having immaculate vibes would be better. True. Let's see. Okay, if we have giant floofy hair, we probably... Do we need short hair? Do we need to have... How to have the ears and also show details with like the hair. Hum yum 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 yum. Okay, so I still want to have like the needle. We still have to have our fancy like needle, right? This is very important to the design. So we're gonna try to keep that, right? Maybe make it a little thicker? No, too thick. The fish charm is integral. It's very important. And then
Hello, hello.
Rico, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Welcome in. Okay, why does the face look weird? Let's see if we're looking. Hold on. This is like a 3/4 view. Kind of like this. Yeah, I think we just had all of the things in the wrong places. Glasses. We'll be adding the glasses.
Make a new layer. Do it.
On this new layer that I have decided that I need for some reason. Yes. Also the face is really big. We need to make smaller. Head too big.
Hey, Ira, you should save.
Okay, stop. Wait, no. Okay. We're saving. We're saving. It's fine. Okay. It has been saved. Thank you. You need advice? Orange? Creamsicles? Or a slice of cheesecake? You know, I'm gonna go with cheesecake this time. I think that sounds really good, actually. Hello, it's me, Isla. Welcome. Did I say that at the beginning of the stream? I forget. Was this one of the rare? Did not say the thing streams? Oh. Cheese? Yeah, cheesecake. What's great about orcas? They do a killer whale impression. Did you hear cheese? Yes. Somebody was contemplating eating cheesecake. Yes. I think as far as like actual cheese goes, though, you're probably safe. Maybe. Okay, we gotta have our hair vents, very important. Am I saying cheesecake? Yes. Yes, I am. Are we? Are we not talking about cheesecake? I'm pretty sure we are. I'm certainly talking about it. What? Are you made of cheese? Then you'll probably be fine. why would I eat my denizens? That would be crazy.
Hello, hello.
Parentalo there. Glad you could make it today. Late night snack? No, that's what I have the fish for. That's like a much better snack, right? Yeah. What if a denizen was a fish? Don't be here after hours. Yeah, there you go. Easy. Do I eat them during stream? No. Well, not all of them. Thank you for the fish, by the way. Okay. Do we like the ear? I think we like the ear. Look at how floofy and voluminous this hair is, though. Okay, so now the question is, are the rest of the... Do we have everything else exaggerated enough? Do we have an interesting silhouette? That's the question. Okay. Kinda thinking... Might need to make torso a little bit longer. Or we just make the head smaller. I think we might make the head a little bit smaller. I didn't change glasses size. Hold please. Wait. Let's see. So this is this big. Let's see. About there. Okay. Most streamers that want to eat you, they lack toes. That's quite intolerant of them. I don't know. How dare they want to eat one of their viewers? That's crazy. Okay, I think I like that. Let me actually put the doodle to the side because we're going to need to reference that. Well, I am anyway. Oh hey, would you look at that? We have is this the full spectrum of cheese, you think? So the thing with the square mouth, I have hotkeys to turn off the color in the mouth and turn it back on. Listen, it looks better talking normally, like if this is on, but I have a bajillion hotkeys and most of them are you know, they get wide mouth or like tall mouth and like so the hotkeys trigger even when the object, which is like the live 2D object, it triggers the hotkeys even when the object is hidden. So like I could hit random buttons, which I do like a lot whenever I'm drawing. So like why is it so big? Because it's for comedic effect. Yeah. Because if I do like you know, it's like that. It's for the lulz. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see. Peeps are like here. Do we have enough rib cage? That's the question. Do we need to change our foreshortening here? Probably. Okay, what's going on?
Aww. I love it.
Oh me gosh, it's been 40 years.
Oh
Alan
me
Fox dance, Alan Fox dance.
40 years? What? That's crazy. No, it's definitely not been that long. Probably. I'm very bad at math still. Either way, Racer, thank you very much. 40 years? That's crazy. Seriously though, thank you. I very much appreciate it.
Hello, hello.
Oh, Racer, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Okay, so now the question is, do we need to have like a little chain thing across the neck? Do we want to have like collared shirt with jacket? I feel like if we have a thing like, okay, so I'm imagining we have a big suit jacket over the arms, right? That's what I'm envisioning. 40 whole years. Yes? Wait, hold on. Now, how are you guys answering all of these questions so fast today? Did somebody leak the script for today? Because if so, I need to have words with them because I don't have scripts. You're divining my questions before I can ask them. I don't know how I feel about this. Listen, if you divine everything, if you know it ahead of time, like, that kind of ruins the joke,
Tyler,
right?
Make a new layer. Do it.
Okay, here's your new layer. There you go. Layer 4. Enjoy that. Oh, is that what that was? Listen, I don't pay attention to the scripts. Sorry. That's a my bad. Thank you. Listen, we know we will always stay humble, thanks to our denizens. I said my bad. Yeah. Or I didn't. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, do we want the color to be more floofed up though? Also, what is this? What is this? We could not have this and then have, yeah, we could just have a sweater. That's like professional, right? How do you roll a 0? I think there's something weird with the dice, probably, but it's wow. Okay, listen. Can we not be violent to the denizens? Can we not? Not even as like a joke, yeah? Loaded dice? No, no. Me? No, absolutely. No, I would never. I think we do need to, like, have a more interesting, like, collar, and then maybe some, like, bigger shoulder pads. I think we gotta jazz this up a little bit. Loaded dice, but it's loaded like a loaded potato, so you have, like, bacon bits and chives and, like, the what, sour cream? What else do you put in a loaded potato? Why is it loaded? Can you be violin with each other? I mean, if you want to be musical, by all means. Okay, stop. You want to be violet? You want to be colorful? Absolutely be colorful. Yes, we're very serious. This is very serious, important business. Yes, business. I think the skirt needs to be a little bit longer. Also, I feel like this pose, it's like the power stance, but it's not like elegant. I'm trying to figure out if I want to change that up or not. The leg is bent weird? You think so? I mean, we do have, like, let's see, hip, have the hip go out, then it goes down to the knee. And there's, like, the calf muscle. Yeah, no. Listen, we have a slight amount of perspective happening, right? If anything, the leg is, like, not thick enough. But then, do we like this? Hum. Thick legs, very important. This is true. Okay, so when you have a dramatic, you're holding a stick in a dramatic manner, right? Is it casual like this? Do we need to, like, angle the hand down a little bit more, perhaps? What are you up to, Squishla? Does that look weird? You know, I'm actually, speaking of standing desk, so I have a sit-stand desk. I'm actually standing right now. Look at me. We're standing up. That's actually why I keep moving around so much, because we just schmoving. You're too old for a standing desk? No, that's exactly the right time to have a standing desk. Just have one, right? They're pretty good. You have to make yourself use it sometimes, but afterwards you're like, you know, this is pretty good. I'm an upstanding fox. True. Too tall? Humma humma. You would call this fierce, but you don't call this fierce. Really? It's the same person. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try out some changes. So we're gonna copy that. Then we are going to erase all of this because that's what we do. We can just do that. We can be like, do I like this? Nah, and then we fix it, and there we go. Okay, so we have that. We need to... I think I actually want to... Okay, well first off, the arms look weird. I either need to be like more muscular to have like that line there, or we need to do something else. But I'm actually kind of thinking that we need to grab all of this. And then we're just gonna kind of rotate the arms up a little bit more. Yeah. We're gonna try things. Yeah. How long are shins? Depends. We'll probably revisit the legs like in a bit. Really? But she has glasses. Hold on, I am sensing like a double standard here. Also, I think we are going to have like a button-up type shirt. I think that would be very good. Yeah, and then we gotta make the silhouette interesting. So we're gonna have stand-up collar type thing. What will that mean exactly? I don't know yet, but I do know we want that. Oh, you're gonna buy a standing desk? Yeah, let's go. Because I am fierce. That's why. You said you said the fierceness. Look, it's right there. It was said. This was a fierce. This the same being. Same person. Also, I think we need to change how that works a little bit. Okay. Got that. Then, let's see. Gotta figure out the skirt and hips probably. Because that might be a little weird. Maybe. Have DNA tests been done? Oh, so listen, if you're concerned about the size or height of sit-stand desk, just like, I don't know, stand up, measure to your elbows, right? Without glasses? Hmm. the tall struggle. Hmm. How big do we want this jacket to be? Yum, yum, yum. Alright, for now, I think that's pretty good. Alright, it is break time, everybody, so let's do that, and then we shall continue, yeah? Yeah. Alright, enjoy break screen, we'll be right back. All right. Let's continue, shall we? Thank you for the fish. All right. Welcome back, everybody. All right. Let's see. Hamya mama mama. How to. Okay, so now the question is, do we want, like, gotta have an interesting thing. We could have diamond shapes, probably. That would be an interesting design element to have. Yes, hello, it's me, Isla. Okay, so how does this jaquetto actually work? That's kind of important to know also. How do jackets work? Yum, yum, yum. Now that's kind of interesting. I guess there are like tank top business suits. Did I answer that? No, I did not. Is this villain? No, actually. Okay, listen. At the start of the stream, I went into a long rambling story that too long didn't read. I booted up Overwatch, saw character Domina, and I was like, hot dang. so then I started thinking about it, and then I was like, you know, it'd be kind of cool, like, you know, boss lady version. Why not? Just for funsies. Listen, I finished commission today. I am very pleased. So I'm drawing something else as a treat. There you go. Right? She's pretty. She's very pretty. All other issues aside with the game, we can at least agree on that, right? Can you eat the finished commission? I would rather you not. I worked very hard on it. Listen, I could make a copy, and you could have a couple of pixels from, like, the copy.
Scuff.
Oh, it's not that bad, Squishla. Probably. I feel like we need some sort of something on the wrist. Is the me pretty? Well, no. Well, okay, listen, that's... here's the thing. I'm not my type, right? So, like, I'm not objective about it, perhaps. So I'll leave that up to the others, I guess. But no, in this case, the lady, Domina, very pretty. Thank you for headpats. Okay, that's enough of that. Need to change my password. There was a rat earlier. Was there? Huh, that's crazy. Okay, I'll look into that. Thanks, Gumpy. That's true. There you go. There's self-confidence lesson. You are not your own type, but maybe you're, you know, somebody else's.
Hey,
there you go.
You should save.
You know, I guess we could save. Probably. Like, I don't know if I want gloves. Probably we don't want gloves. Some sort of a fancy wrist thing might be good. Okay, we have saved. Thank you. You gotta have the claws. It's true. It's very true. Oh, that reminds me. There's a thing. I have a comic I need to make. Or like a funny doodle that needs to happen. Yeah. There's like I had this idea. It'll be great, but I'm probably not going to draw it on Stremb. Okay, let's see if the other hand is like here. We need to move this hand over this way. Okay, do we add sleeves? Do we not have sleeves? How to balance the elements that we want. Okay, if business suit would probably need to be shorter, but also big jacket. How to make big jacket interesting? Okay, so I think the hair, ears, I think all this works. Something about the shoulder area doesn't quite work. Only trench coat? No, there's so many flavors of coat that we could choose from. Like, do we want to have like just big okay, so you know in the like what, 80s, 90s, they had like big old shoulder pads just to make people look like, you know, whatever. You could have big old shoulder pads, right? Kind of an interesting vibe. And then like doesn't matter where this sits on the arm. Not quite. A chocolate coat? What is a chocolate coat? Is it made of chocolate? Is it a specific cut? What are we talking here? You know, it'd probably be good if all of this was like separate and we could add on layers as needed. Please don't throw chocolate on me. That's a bit of weird.
Layer. Do it.
I mean, I could do a new layer. Okay, there's your new layer. Enjoy that. There you go. What? Forget what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. I do kind of like this shape. Okay. What if diamond pattern? Yeah? No, that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? This looks fine. Are we at all close to layer 55? No, we are not. What happens at layer 55? Are we close to layer 68? Even further from that one, technically speaking. Yeah. Are we making maids on Friday? I was actually kind of thinking we were going to do some more retro gaming tomorrow. We haven't actually drawn maids this week. That's crazy. Well, I actually have drawn maids this week, technically speaking. But you haven't seen that yet. Oh, speaking of Friday, good news, everyone. Their new, probably scuffed ASMR video happening to Friday. I think it's Friday. It's probably Friday. Probably is Friday. Have I moved on from maids? Oh, let's not get too hasty there. I didn't say that. Today is not Friday? Well, it depends. Listen, if you are a time traveler, probably it's already Friday, right? Can we get a definitely on that scuff? Okay, it's definitely a scuffed ASMR. There you go. Denizens, what are you doing? Listen, maids are not passé. No. Listen, they're still very much in vogue. You hush, Squishla. We're not being dramatic right now. I feel like we need some sort of something. What about like fish tattoo? Would that be too much? Maybe that would be too much. Okay, stop. It's very ticklish. You about to shut off your work alarm? Oh, don't do that. No, I did draw maid this week. Just not on stream. Is that the problem? Is it because I didn't do it on stream? If you don't see it, was it ever actually drawn? True, true, true. No, that looks weird too. Don't like it. Okay, but why though? Why? We need something for the arms. This is the trouble with like character design stuff, because you're like, okay, I have an idea, you test it out, you look at it, and you're like, no, that doesn't work at all, does it? Anybody that does character design stuff, like, and you're like, you look at it and you're like, yeah, this looks like thing, like correctly. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. Have I been posting my doodles? Okay. So, okay, I haven't really been posting them. In fairness, though, a lot of the art that I make is actually commissions, so like, I don't know, sometimes you can post stuff and sometimes people want them to stay secret for a while and then I forget that I never posted them, and yeah. Have I been poisoned by the noodles? Well, I sure hope not. Cannot art at all? You can learn if you want. Stretch and hydrate was redeemed? Okay. Hey, Isla, you should save. Oh, hello YouTube land denizen, welcome in. I see you there. I caught it this time. Oh. And saving, okay. So yeah, if we just look at this, like, it's kind of plain, doesn't really have a lot of embellishments, doesn't really tell a story. Also, I've just noticed something that's really gonna bother me, and I don't know if I can fix it. Am I good with drawing metal stuff? What, like mech suits and things? Depends. Okay, let me hydrate before I explain. Can I color? And like, okay, so like actual mech and robot type stuff. I haven't really practiced it too much, if I'm honest. Like, a lot of it is just drawing in perspective, and you gotta keep in mind like 3D shapes. So like, for example, if you're like, hey, how to draw metal or like armor shoulder pauldrons, right? Well, you start off with a cube, right? But that's kind of boring, so what if we flare out the cube a little bit on both sides, right? So then our shape is like this, right? And then you gotta have like a pointy bit like this. And that's basically how you draw anything mechanical. You gotta think about it like a 3D object, and then you give it like a big old chunky, like, the edge, right? You gotta draw like a big fancy edge. That makes it look extra, like, good. But then if you start adding like curvy bits and embellishments, then it just gets like more interesting, but also more difficult to explain visually if you're not careful. Does that make sense? So am I good at it? I wouldn't say so, just because I don't practice it very much. But, you know, there you go. One shoulder pauldron. There you go. So yeah, start with basic shapes, build up. Make sure that you keep the 3D-ness in mind, so that when you have to draw the other shoulder pauldron, you can do that. There you go. Oh, thank you, YouTube Landon, I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. But yeah, so anyway, character design. So if this person, so my brain is like, in the Overwatch like game art type style, there'd be, I don't know, like an electronic limb, cyborg arm type thing. So I'm just like, do I want that? I don't think so. But then how to add, like, we need an interesting element for the arm, and then possibly something. How long have I been drawing for? That's a good question. Let's see. I started working as a professional sort of artist. Wow, it's been a long time. 9 years ago? I've been paying bills doing art for 9 years, essentially. That's a long time. Has it been that long? Whew, that's crazy. Time just go noom. But yeah, so okay, so since you might not know things about me, hello, my name is Isla. I do a lot of art. Am I sweating? No. Okay. I just have something weird on my screen. Anyway, hello, it's me, Isla. I do a lot of art. ASMR videos are on the YouTube. I will be getting back to that more specifically. I'm making video games with some very cool beans. If you like spicy adult visual novels, check out Love Sucks on Steam. First installment of the game is free. There you go. But yeah, I've been doing art for a while. Am I the best? No, I'm not. I still have a lot of things to learn, but there we are. Like anatomy, like how to make cool like clothing designs and character designs. That kind of thing. It's like, do we need to change the shape of this? Do we like the spiky bit right here? If we add the spiky bit like this. Do we like that? Mini skills. Is mischief a skill? I don't know about that one. Love Sucks lied to you? Aw, I'm sorry you feel lied to. I look like a general? Honestly, like if you're going for like big boss whammon energy, like that's kind of a good vibe though, right? Yeah, so listen, last year I kept saying, yeah, I need to get back to making ASMR videos, and then I just kind of didn't, because I was always like, no, I got other stuff I gotta work on. So like I have been promising to get back to ASMR videos for like half of a year. So it's been a while. It's been a while, but don't worry, they will be just as scuffed as they used to have been. Oh, the Kill la Kill. Yeah, there we go. That's an interesting show. Very interesting art style from the animation studio though. Okay, so the thing that bothers me, we have hair going this way, and then we have jacket going this way. That's not how that would go at all. Thank you. Hello, YouTube land denizens. Welcome. Boss lady from the Black Lagoon. Wow. I'm imagining something that's like, okay, again, inspired by the lady Domina from Overwatch, right? So I'm like, how to add my own flair to this. I'm not looking at references for her, so like I'm trying to come up with my own sort of design, my own like feel for it, right? And like I'm really not sure if I need to, maybe I need to add more like futuristic, high-tech looking elements to it. What's something I struggle with when it comes to art? Honestly, it depends on the day. So some days, like, looking at this face. So some days I have to redraw like the face multiple times. Some days I can't figure out how hips work. Some days I forget how a neck works and it gets kind of wonkily. So honestly, the biggest thing I struggle with is suffering and not looking up references. Listen, just use references. Like, look up stuff, look at how things work, get ideas from that sort of thing, right? Using references. It's not cheating, okay? You're not copying one-to-one, right? How do laws of physics work? I mean, listen. References are very good. Listen, there's something about you're in the middle of drawing and you're like, no, I'm gonna figure it out, right? I think it's because I'm stubborn, honestly. I'm like, nah, I don't need references. I can do it. I have to remind myself constantly, nah, just look up references. It's fine. It always goes so much better when I do. Sounds like cheating? No, it's not. Promise it's not. It is hard to look up references now, yes. Okay, let's copy this layer again. We're going to try...
Fine. It's fine. I guess I am cute.
How dare! I'm very fierce. How dare. Yeah, I know this will surprise you, but I'm very stubborn. There you go. Surprise! I said no such thing. Get out of here with that. Okay, so if we do something like this, and then we have the other sleeve. Listen, being stubborn can be good and bad, depending. So how to have interesting, like, so let's see, that. Okay, so let's see, if we have the jacketo like this, does it need to be shorter? That looks kind of weird, right? Does it need to be longer? Is that the problem? This goes like that. And if we flare this out too many, still kind of lose the shtick. No, that looks weird. That looks really weird. Is it a fishing pole or a rifle? Is it a bonking stick? Who knows?
Studio is really full now.
Oh, it's Broth Bowl. Oh my goodness. Hey, I know you. Well, I know the art anyway. So listen. Ryu, can we get a shout out for Broth Bowl, by the way? Hello. Welcome in. You're doing art? Let's go. You want to pay art tax? We absolutely would appreciate that. Listen. I have seen Broth Bowl's work. Very cultured individual. Okay. Listen. You like spicy art? You like pretty whammon? You like muscular whammon? You should check out Broth Bowl's art. It's very important, okay? Yeah, okay, mods. Let one of the mods know if you have a link. And then they will give you perms to post, yeah? But yeah, give us the link. I will probably won't show it on stream. Well, I might. Nah, I probably won't. I don't have a thing set up to show off that. But yeah, post the link. Let us see the art. Yeah. Also, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Welcome in me. Okay, try the link again. Sometimes link perms are awkward. But yeah, hello, me, Isla. Welcome. We're just yapping, and I'm trying to draw. Listen, have you seen the this Overwatch character Domina? I think is her name. She's like professional whammon looking, and I was like, you know, what if I drew something like that?
I'm a bit of a snack.
Is it tax time again? Already?
Not that type of tax, but thank you, Dion. She's thick. Man, your shading is always so soft. It's like magic. Yeah, let's go. Thank you for sharing. The only character you've drawn? Jess, she's so good though, right? A witch? No. So this is like business professional Isla. What would you call this? Like boss? Girl boss? Girl boss is not the right word. That has a very different connotation, I feel like. It's not really dominatrix either. That's kind of a different feel, maybe. Mafia? Maybe. A professional woman, not those who are women as a hobby. Okay, wait. No, hold on. That's kind of a weird way to describe that. The mob boss. Maybe a little bit. It's a webtoon. See, that's a term that I'm not familiar with. That's a new one for me. Yeah, see? But yeah, so my current conundrum is, do I want to add more of a, like, future-looking feel to this? Because we have, like, a fancy stick, and I'm imagining some, like... slightly... has like a more future tech sort of a feel, right? Maybe? Maybe. The CEO business lady. Like that, yeah. Gotta have a cool stick. So my stick here, this thing in my ear, I was thinking if I was like Overwatch type character, this would probably be the template that I use for my weapon, right? So you gotta have the needle, you gotta have the fish. Would it be like a saber? Would it be like riffle? Would it be magic stick? Right? That kind of thing. A big cane. Well, that's the thing. Like, you gotta have a cane. It looks fancy, right? Yeah, this is a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to figure out whilst I'm doing character design type stuff. The old saying, ah yes, to walk sexily and carry a big stick. There you go, perfect. I'm no longer a villain. Yeah. A fishing trident? Ooh, that shoots like laser beams? That would be sick. What brush am I using? So I'm using Clip Studio Paint, and this is a variant of a gouache brush. I think in below the stream there should be a Linktree link, and I think I have a Discord link. If you would like this brush that I'm using, it's freely available in the art tips and tricks part of the Discord. Yes. Big long rambly rant about the brush is there. If you want to use it, go forth, draw, prosper. I feel like we need to add something to the jacket. I think we need more triangles, I think is the problem. Ooh, no wait, hold on. I have had an idea. What if... Hold on. So. Boo! Did I get you? No, Swishla. Nice try, though. Maybe do we just need, like, texture? Is this the problem? Because, like, if the top part of this was, like, shiny metal-looking material, right? That might be good. And then, what about the actual jackety part? You know, I just realized we might have an issue. So, the colors blue and orange, they don't really scream like professional. Is that an Izzy? It is an Izzy? Hello, odd buddy. Can we get a shout out for Izzy as well? No, you, Izzy. Oh my gosh, how's Deadlock, by the way? I've heard that, like, mostly from Izzy, but, like, lots of new characters, lots of updates and stuff. Yeah, look at what we have done. We're trying to figure out, so... Deadlock is frustrating but sexy. Honestly, that's a pretty good, This is pretty good, honestly. Barely use Control-Z. So, okay, listen. YouTube landed denizen. My thing. You draw lines and you're like, okay, well, I kind of like this shape. Instead of erasing or hitting Control-Z, if you just... So you hit C, or I do in Clip Studio, and then you can carve into the line. This is what I do, and it kind of helps you to sculpt the lines a little bit, and you get this weird, like, micro shading stuff. It's very dirty, it's very messy, but for me, this helps me make the art smoother, I guess. I don't know. It's something to try if you have a problem making, like, if I had a pen brush and I had to make perfect line work, let's just say I spent too long making the line work perfect, and I had to figure out how to not do that. So having a brush that is specifically messy, it just helps. It helps the creative process where I'm like, this shape is not perfect. It's like you got a really kind of pointy hip right here, right? Yeah, honestly, force yourself to work in a messy way and then do that. It kind of clears up the brain, so you're not trying to make perfect, you're trying to focus on shapes. If that makes sense. That would be my advice. Messy to refined, yes. Navy blue, black, blue. Okay, so I'm thinking like we gotta have gold, right? That's like the fancy color. but I also kind of want silver? I don't know. Oh, also, always take my advice with a grain of salt. I am not the be-all, end-all expert on things, but I can tell you what worked for me might not work for you. There you go. Am I becoming fancy? Maybe. Listen, I saw Domina from the Overwatch, and I was like, pretty whammon. And like the business professional like look that she has, and I'm just like, you know, I kind of want to draw something like that. So here we are. Yep. That's basically the whole story. And now I'm trying to figure out like how would I design this so that it worked properly, you know? Like where to put the seams on this. We have these big old shoulder pauldrons, but then the wrinkles look weird and like the sleeve looks weird. So then how to make this work like better, you know?
I love making new layers.
Do it. You know, I don't think making a new layer is going to help me with the design, but I guess it could. There's a chance. Okay, here's your new layer. Layer number 6. There you go. References? I know, right? That would be pretty smart, wouldn't it? Yes.
Hey, Ira, you should save.
I should save. Am I going to, though? No. That was a lie. I am actually going to do that. Saving. What are we designing? So this is just kind of a for fun project for me. Yeah, it's just mostly the VTuber model, but like business professional. Maybe a little bit of villain in there. We'll see. Do I like drawing Hwamin or Min more? Depends on the mood, I suppose. I do draw Hwamin more. But like, have you seen Min's though? They're also very pretty. It's like, if I want a drawing like challenge, I will draw like muscly Mins. But then you gotta make them pretty too, right? So then finding the right balance on that, it's a thing I gotta practice more. But like, you know, I don't know, men, women, everybody in between, like it's pretty. People are pretty. There you go. Give them a sword. Everybody should have a sword. Muscle Isla. Listen, I feel like if I was more like muscly, then maybe. But I have little noodle arms. I am not the muscle mommy that you all deserve. It would feel disingenuous, right? Like, can you imagine? You just have like the model that's like super like buffalo, right? And then it's like flexing, and then somebody's like, sweet, do you lift? And then I'm like, no. Right? That's you should. Free muscles. Yeah, but don't you gotta earn them, right? That's where the like that's where the good comes from, right? I'm one of those people. Like, listen, I'm one of those people that, like, you know, gotta learn to do the thing. Like I learned Live 2D because I wanted to make my own model. There's easier ways to do things, but I'm stubborn and I want to do the thing for myself. So if I become the muscly, then I'm gonna do the thing, right? We're gonna do it properly. Have I done that? No, not really. I haven't earned it, you know? Just pick people up and throw them. I mean, that would be fun, right? Can you imagine? We just grab somebody from chat, throw it. I don't think there's a way to grab a UI element on stream and then throw it. It'd be great if you could, though. Am I a fennec fox? Red. Well, actually, I'm Kitsune. Technically. I mean, I can do like this thing. So like, I got a lot of tails. Put that back for now. There we go. Stream avatars? Yeah, but listen, with the hair, red. Well, orange, technically. I mean, it's it's one of those. There you go. If I was, true. Oh my gosh. No, listen. What if I become buff and then, and then we just like, we just have like the big muscly arm like this. We just raise it up, and then the hammer like breaks off. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Have I drawn this before? I might have. Blazer casual? Okay. I would assume that unless you are in, like, I don't know, super formal business where you have to wear, like, the tie and stuff all the time, right? The blazers, as long as it's fairly professional, right? So this, we have a skirt, we have, I think we need like a big bracelet thing, maybe like a giant circly thing around the wrist, right? A big chunky bracelet might be the way to go, actually. But then we have this problem where we are touching the line on this arm. Okay, we need to move this so that our lines aren't making a tangent. That's kind of important. So if we just do like this, that should work. I'm all ears. True. Well, listen, not all of the costume ideas will actually make it to the model. But like we can draw fun little concepts just because, right? Right? Okay, so I do like that, but let's actually grab this ring, and then we're actually going to put this on the other arm as well. Why not? So that is a very big ring, so we need to... It's very pointy. What if it was more like diamond shape? No, I don't like any of that. Okay, take it back. That's better. It's just handcuffs. Right? Handcuffs? I'm not the only one that had that idea. Okay, a few issues with the hand. Like, I kind of like this nail, but it doesn't look like I have my hands, like, sitting on top of each other, like on top of a cane. We might have to redo that. Are we in trouble? No, it's fine. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this layer. Let's try. Get rid. Actually, let's get rid of all this, shall we? I think we need to change the attitude of the hands. Okay, then we have to figure out, like, how is this cane, how is this stick facing? Because if we draw this like this is actually going to be the other side. We need to move all this to the other side, basically. Yes, Squishla, hello? Why are we being dramatic? We need to make those lines a little bit thinner, then we have it go like that. I think we need to make this a little bit more pointy. Don't know that I like that. Let's trim this down a little bit. It's getting worse. We're just progressively making this worse. The Squishla is dramatic. True. Listen, if I still did listen, no, we don't do villainous things anymore. We just have mods, nothing else. No, it's fine. We don't do crimes anymore. It's fine. Isla, make a new layer. Do it. Okay, surely that's just like internet haha funny meme, right? That's not a thing. Probably.
Hey, Isla, you should save.
You know what? Let's save. Also, this bracelet. What have I done? It's no good. It started out good. I have this idea for a shape. Maybe I just need to doodle it elsewhere, right? Okay. Wait, how has it been an hour? Really? Okay, so we have a circle, and then I was thinking we just have like some pointy bits. The important thing is that it's still very circular, but then we just have like these little diamond shapes. And I think I was just overcomplicating. Really. We don't need it to be that crazy. Yeah, 'cause I've been kind of like that. Pretty simple, but the main thing is the ring. Like if we do like a cross section of the ring itself is like shaped like this, so that the inside is nice and flat for the arm, but then it gets to like this pointy edge, right? No, don't draw that. That's suspicious. Really interesting. Today I have learned. Anyway, it is break time. Let us go on break, and then we'll try to draw this shape. Am I doing something suspicious? No, definitely not. Okay, break time. Bye. We'll be back in a bit. Okay. Okay. Let us continue, shall we? Wah. Were you guys up to mischief whilst I was gone? Anyway, welcome back, everybody. All right, let's fix bracelet. Always. Wow. I appreciate you being honest about it. Totally didn't do more arson. Okay, very good. You're following the rules. No arson during streaming hours. What you do on your own time, though, is that's up to you. There you go. All right, let's see. First, let's figure out arms. Arm. Why does that word feel weird to say? Define mischief. Do you not know that? Listen, your homework. You're going to look up the definition for mischief, okay? Define it yourself. Phoenix, your homework. Define homework. A misshift is when you try to go to a higher gear, but you forgot to press the clutch. Or your clutch, your flywheel isn't matching, or like isn't properly matching the rotation of the car engine, and so it like the gears like don't sync up properly, and then you go into neutral. Yeah, that's also a misshift. Homework. Yeah, there you go. Mischief, though, that's different. Mischief is very subjective. True. Okay, so does this arm properly connect to this wrist? Well, no, not quite yet. I feel like we need to move the hand a little bit closer even. Our forearm is like really long. Okay, hold please whilst we move the thing to the other thing. Hello. Welcome. Vanakin, hello there. Glad you could make it today. Welcome in. Oh, hotkey was pressed. Ignore that.
Hey, Isla, you should save.
Saving? Okay. Hold on. Saving. It has saved. There we go. Thank you. Let's get the right tool. There we go. Okay.
Isla, make a new layer.
Do it. Are you looking? Are you looking? Are you looking? Layer 8. Wow. There you go. Yeah, we're not at all close to that. Why specifically are you looking for that number? That's what I want to know. Is this like a new funny number? What's the deal? Welcome back to you as well, YouTube land denizens. Okay, I think that works. Let's see how to. So the trouble with this bracelet in particular, drawing an ellipse, drawing a circle in perspective makes an ellipse. Drawing an ellipse is always so difficult. For me, actually, you know what? We had a question earlier. What do I find difficult to draw? The ellipses. Those heckin' circles in perspective. The absolute nightmare. I think that just means I need to practice more. And should I do this on a new layer? Yeah, we should do this on a new layer. What am I doing? That's crazy. Isla, you're crazy. Draw it on a new layer. That way I can, like, move it around. The rest of the stream is just me
Boo.
fussing with trying to
Did I
make
get
this
you?
one ellipse look correct. We're busy, Squishla. We're trying to draw an ellipse. Woo. Woo. We got a fish. Thank you. Okay, we'll take that. What about hands or feet? Feet's actually okay. The thing that's hard with drawing feet, right, is the shoes. Did you know shoes are all curvy and weird and like you have to draw them in perspective is the thing. Listen, if you've tried to draw a car, okay, that's all curves in perspective. Cars are hard to draw as well. That for multiple reasons, right? But anyway, but no, shoes. It's all curvy bits in perspective. But then you also have like, if you think about like a sneaker or like a tennis shoe or whatever, they have crazy designs. How do you draw that in perspective, right? Shoes. Shoes are the hard thing. Feet, not a problem. Right? Like this crazy. Shoes are crazy. I don't know, man. Listen. Yeah, there you go. But actual like the anatomy is understandable, at least, like how it works. So I don't really feel like I have an issue with that. But like shoes, shoes hard, very difficult. How to draw a spiky thing in perspective. Hum yum mum mum. And then we erase these chunklets. No, wait, hold on. We're touching this arm right here. We need to move this so that it's not messing with the silhouette. And then we can erase a chunk of this. There we go. See this here? We might see a tiny little part of the spike right there. Yeah. Oh, what you drawing? Oh, that'd be so good. You missed a spot? Honestly, that would be very good. Listen, okay, so the way that the redeem works, Dion, first off, I think you win today's stream because, oh, that's so smart. I should write this down, actually. Hold, please. I'm gonna co-opt whatever this later is. What you drawing? Squish. It's so good. You missed a spot? But yeah, so the way that the Squishla redeem works, I just mix it up at like a whole folder full of sound clips, basically. Planning ahead enough to pull out specifically drawing related things. That's probably not going to be a thing, if I'm honest. I will not be doing that. No. But adding them as a voice line, heck yeah, that's using the old noodle. Okay, so we have like a cool metal like bracelety thing. We got a fancy stick. We got some shiny bits like there. Thank you for the head pats. Do we need... Yes. Okay, we need a few more. All right, so we have some design motif stuff happening here with some of these like triangular-y things. We need to have more little pops of that elsewhere on the character. So I'm kind of wondering if like we just add some shiny triangle bits like right there, and that'll be the same. I'm imagining like metal, and on this part there, the stick, all that's gonna match. Do we want to have like a corset that has like the same sort of pattern? Because like we could.
Oh my, the studio is really filling up.
It's Rainbow. Hello, homie. Welcome in. That's the Bemis himself. Welcome.
A gift. Aww, I love it.
Rainbow 453 tail wag flare left. Falling leaf emoji. Bemis raid. Dragon emoji. Rainbow 453 tail wag flare. Rainbow 453 tail wag flare left.
Yeah, she reading it all out.
Emoji. Bemis raid. Dragon emoji.
Dragon emoji. Rainbow, thank you very much for the subscription, homie. I appreciate that. And also, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, it's me, Isla. Welcome. Also, YouTube Land Denizen. Did I create my VTuber? I did. I did both the art and the rigging. So, what's the phrase? Self-made VTuber? Yeah, I think one of those. I think that's the correct terminology. But yeah, so we're drawing Isla as business professional. There we go. But yeah, Rainbow, how was stream? You have fun? Drawing? No. I could copy and paste and just have different ones that I turn off and on. True. Gym leader? Could be gym leader. Playing Pokemon. Man, it's been years since I've played Pokemon. Ah, hello, YouTube Land Denizen. We got a new one. Welcome. A new additional person. Do I like that? That's kind of weird. Like, if it was this, that's a good design motif. Like that. So then, if we just do like this, and then we have that same sort of feel. Do we like that? No, I don't. What type of gym would I run? That's a good question. No longer lie about the number of tails. I mean, listen, we haven't even drawn the tails here. Probably they would just be this giant, like, floof. I feel like the type of gym. Listen, if I was in Pokemon universe, right? I would have long creatures. We'd have all like noodle boys. So we'd have the blue noodle, like Gyarados. We'd have the blue noodle Dragonair. There's probably some more noodly ones. That's probably the noodle gym. have you a bite to eat and then fight, you know, noodle creatures. That's probably what it would be. Melodic, probably. Yeah, the noodle type. That's my Pokemon type. I don't know enough about Pokemon anymore to like name all of the long noodly ones. But yeah. Is there a pasta Pokemon? Like an actual factual pasta? Maybe they made a bunch of like food themed ones, didn't they? But yeah, I don't know. Listen, we played, what is that game? We played Pal World a bit. I don't even know how long ago. And like one of the first bosses was like the blue noodle. And I was obsessed. I was so excited that there was a long blue noodle that I think I died, right? It was a while ago. A Caterpie? They're not really noodly shaped. They're more like they have a giant head. I don't know. I don't know if Caterpie would make the cut. But yeah, it's gotta have a long boy. Yeah. That's my creature. There you go. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves. We have like metal chunklet. We have a little flare of metal there. We've got a little bit on the shoulder. Maybe on the cuff of the sleeve right here. Okay, we should actually figure out our design motif for like. Do we want it to just be like triangles? Do we want to have like a big triangle and then like How to have a design motif. What do we want? Let's see here. Do we like this? Can you imagine? Like, it's just, you have this, and then there's just like fox ears. Do you see it? It's not just me, right? You got the big triangles, but they're actually just fox ears. Right? You see it, right? Yeah. So, but then we have the issue of, we have these complicated little areas. How to have that sort of feel here, right? Okay, so if we do have like the fox ears like this, and then we divide this up like so. Do we like this? I mean, it's definitely and design, right? Do we like that though? Is that too complicated? What about Executor? Isn't that the round one with like the really long neck? That was just a weird one. If I'm thinking of the one that you're thinking of. Yeah, we're doing, listen, I booted up Overwatch, and long story short, there's this character called Domina, and he's got a long neck now. Listen, one part cannot be noodle to equal a noodle. The whole thing must be noodle. The palm tree one? Wait, what do you mean part dragon? How are the dragons so bad in Pokemon? Background with illusionary triangles. Maybe. Ninetales? I feel like Ninetales might be a little on the nose. Plus, listen, I will only ever be 7 tails. I will have maximum number of tails at 7. I'm at like 6.9 right now. Now, okay, listen, I'm still mad that blue noodle creature, Dragonair, turned into giant bubbly like orange creature. That was the most disappointing like evolution for me, right? Like if Dragonair evolved into Gyarados, that would be great. That would be fine, right? But no, it becomes orange, not blue. Right? They must stay noodle. Melodic is like pretty version of Gyarados. Isn't she like a mermaid thing? Evolves from like brown carp looking creature? It's based on a palm tree, so it's not actually like a dragon type. Listen, I think we're all upset that Charizard is not a dragon. He's a fire and flying. Which I only know because I have friends who like this game. But like, he should be a dragon! He should be a dragon, right? Right? Rayquaza? That's the green noodle, right? Yeah, I'd take one of those. Oh, he mega evolves instead of just being a dragon. The game's just being goofy. How many tails do I have? No, you can ask. Look, I'll show you. There's one, and then there's the rest of them. There you go. Yeah, see, okay. the thing with Pokemon. So I played some of the games in the long ago, right? And like, stop. Stop. It's very ticklish. Stop. Anyway, can you have one? They don't detach, you know. No. But anyway, I played Pokemon in the long ago. So like, I really liked it, and then I am no longer like keeping up with Pokemon. So like all of the mega evolutions and all that stuff, I've never played a game that actually has those. So I don't really know anything about them aside from like you denizens have told me some weird stuff where like the Victory Bell, the plant with the lips, like was like they decided that it should strangle itself or something. I don't know. It's very confusing. So like there's so much I don't know, but I know enough to be mad about it. This suspicious plant, yes. It's a bag? What? What do you mean it's a bag? It's not a bell? It's not related to bells. Just realized you could chat. Welcome! Hello! Chatting is a thing, and I do try to pay attention to the YouTube land chat as well. Sometimes I'm not very good about it, but it is important. Pokemon that fits me best is a Snivy? I don't know what that one is. Does it do painting? Wait, no. Snivy, is it like... No, I don't know that one. I'm trying to think. Alright, Rainbow, thank you very much for the raid once again. Hope you have a good time at work? Question mark? Is it just me? It seems weird to like wish people to have fun at work. Is that weird? It's kind of weird, right? Snivy is a grass type starter that becomes a snack. Ooh, that sounds promising. Sassy little snake. That sounds great, actually. Better than wishing them to have a bad day at work? You know what? That's fair. Okay, listen. Have fun at work. Hopefully. I'm wishing the best. There you go. Okay, so have this, but now I'm like, do we want to have something on the shoulder part? Wait, okay, we can't have pattern touching pattern. We gotta mix it up a little bit. So I'm thinking we don't actually have a thing here, right? Maybe some like long lines, right? Maybe. Oh, actually, maybe like something like this. We have a little triangle, right? And then the inside of the coat, we're gonna have to have like all the shiny triangles. And I think I do want.
Isla, you should save.
I think I want to save, actually. Yeah, some reason I think that's just a really good idea. Okay, we have saved. Thank you. Contrary, it reverses stat gains and losses. Wild. Okay, we also thank you for head pats. We had a stretching and hydrating. All right, we'll do that now. Yeah. Wah. Wah. Okay. And now, hydration. Okay, stretching and hydrating complete. What if sleeves? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I still like the shape of this, like the shoulder pad. I think we're gonna have this be shiny bits right here. That is not a triangle though, that's a problem. So we might need to work on our, like, pattern here. A little bit. Little fox ears, and then more triangles. Does that look weird? That looks a little weird. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, then we have to ask ourselves, this part of the jacket looks good. We have a very interesting line through here. How to have like a collar on this one? Do we want to have like a diamond triangle sort of a thing, like going this way? Do we want to make it more 3D? That's another maybe important question. Pauldrons look ready for business. Listen, art is very serious business. Must be ready at all times. Okay, that, I don't like that. This is an interesting shape. I don't know if it works though. Maybe. But then we'll have to ask ourselves, is it metal? Is it cloth? Do we have metal sewn on top of the cloth? How is this working? Do we like this? I don't know that I like this. It looks kind of weird. We could have the inside of the jacket with the same like triangle diamond pattern. Yes. Okay, just trying to clean up some of our lines and shapes on this side of the collar. I think we actually need to move all that up a little bit. Okay, so there's the neck. Shoulders are like here. So then, do we have like a button-up shirt? I think we decided button-up shirt, right? A serious face? I don't know if I can do a very serious face. Okay, how's this? Alright, I will probably wind down here very shortly. I kind of want to... Should we just chuck some color on this bad boy? As a professional, how do I force myself to do art when it's about money? Okay, this is a very good question for a very specific reason. First off, I don't draw stuff if I'm not interested in it, okay? That's like rule number one. If there's something that I'm like, I will skip it. Okay, so that's like built into my TOS. Okay, I'm not gonna force myself to work on something that I like just don't want to do. Like if you ask me, hey Isla, can you do a super technical like draw this very complicated weapon as like a character sheet, rotate it like front, back, sideways, I need you to do that, I'll be like, no, that is not something I find fun, that's not something that I would be good at. So first off, my TOS, I cut out stuff I don't want to do. I'm very specific on stuff that I will draw, so that way I don't have to worry about that. Second off, every time that I do a project, I figure out something that I want to test and learn. Every single commission is a test project, and I have no idea if it's going to turn out correctly. So far, we've been lucky. So there you go. That's how to keep it interesting. Always try to learn something. Have in your TOS that know what you don't want to do so that you can work on stuff you do want to do. There you go. Bam. Not wanting to do something even for money. Yes. Well, I've also gotten to the point where like I have enough confidence in myself that I can be like, no, I don't want to work on that, or no, I don't want to work with this person, that kind of thing. So like it's I'm at a very good place. I feel like that I can be like, no, I'm worth this much, and I'm not willing to deal with this and that kind of thing. It's harder to have that mentality when you are just starting out doing commissions. So like if you are looking for advice, this is me. Like I've done a lot of commissions, I've done a lot of that stuff. My opinions now might be different than they were back when I started doing commissions, you know? But like part of it is you can start with, okay, I know I don't want to do this. Am I open for this type of commission? Well, I don't know. Well, you could try it, and then you'd be like, no, I don't actually like doing this. And then you keep refining your terms of service over however long you do commissions. Bam, there you go. Sorry, I'm very passionate about that because artists gotta take care of themselves, you know? Thank you. I try. But yeah, so listen. If nothing else, if no other advice sinks in, know what you're okay with, know what you're not okay with, and start from there, and then keep refining your terms of service as you go along. There you go. There's the advice. How do you know your worth? So that is a very complicated question. That's a really complicated question. There's ways to kind of ballpark how much to ask for commissions. There is also... Okay, so let me give a very blunt answer straight away. How much to charge for commissions? How do you know what you're worth? You decide what you're worth. Okay? And that is, you are putting your time and effort into this. You are putting, like, you're an artist. You put your heart and soul into all of the work that you do, right? Like, otherwise it's, you don't feel satisfied, that kind of thing, right? So what is it worth to you? That's number one. Number 2 is if you're like, hey, this commission is $1 billion. If somebody buys it for $1 billion, it's worth $1 billion. You know? So then, like, actually factually good advice on how to figure out how much your time, how much is your time worth? Also, hello Konotomo, welcome. Thank you. Can we get a shout out for Konotomo? But yeah, actual factual advice. Figure out how much you would like to make an hour, right? So, if you need like, I don't know. So take how much you would like to make an hour. It's going to be more than minimum wage. It's like art is a skill job. Okay, so you take how much you want to make an hour. You're like, oh, hey, it takes me 3 hours to make a commission. So that's 3 hours worth of work. You add a little bit more on there because you got to deal with setting up for commissions. You have communication stuff you've got to deal with, that kind of stuff. But that gives you like a ballpark, okay? Put your heart and soul into painting minis, right? Oh, same. Listen, every time I draw something, I'm like, I like this. This is pretty good. And then I look at it like a couple of days later, and I'm like, that happens. It's okay. But yeah, that's basically how to give yourself like a ballpark. If the work that you do takes like 10 hours, charge for that kind of thing. There is also a balancing act of you need to be known and trusted so that you can price yourself accordingly. But also, like, I don't know, it's very hard to balance out like competitive art prices versus like I need to make this many per hour during a commission to make it worth it. So yeah, no, I get the struggle, I do, but like ballpark is how much you want to make an hour, how long is it going to take you, that's how much commission should be. How do you know when you're ready to do art for money? That is also a very good question. Honestly, that one's kind of a leap of faith sort of a thing. Leap of faith in yourself. You honestly know what your terms of service is, know what you want to do, what you don't want to do. What's a kono? A konotomo? That's the vampire lawyer. Have you not seen this bean? Does cooking streams. Super critical of your work, and then a few days later you're like, it's not bad. Honestly, that sounds pretty good though, right? No, it's a thing. Okay, listen. When you do work for money, it is work. You got to make sure that you have a deadline. You need to know your TOS, and then like do the thing. Like you put out, hey, I'm doing commissions. It's this much for this much. Please observe my terms of service. And then if somebody shows up at your doorstep and is like, hey, can you do this thing for this amount of money, right? Then there you go. I do insist on deadlines. They're very important. Oh my goodness. Jackie knows. But yeah, so how do you know when you're ready to do commissions? Start. That's kind of it. Know your terms of service. And then start. Just try. Listen, if nobody knocks on your door, or I guess your inbox or whatever, keep working on it, post stuff, keep working on your skills. It's a thing that like you just kind of keep working at it. If you like doing art, which is what, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I really like doing art. If I had to have a boring like 9-to-5 job, I would still be drawing. Just, you know, not at work. But I am very, very lucky that I can pay bills with art. Like, you know? So like I'm very well aware. Was I afraid when I started? I have this magical thing called imposter syndrome. I am afraid every time. But yeah. So
How
honestly,
Get to the snack.
no.
Isla, can you
Listen.
be fierce for 100 bits? Wow, you're already doing it.
Thank you.
Good job,
I'm-
silver thumbs up.
I'm very fierce. Thank you. Say below. Thank you. But no, honestly, the way to not be afraid, have a solid TOS. Okay. Trust me. Trust me. As the artist, you want to make sure you protect yourself, but also protect your client. Okay. Imposter syndrome is how you know I'm a real artist. It's fine. Listen. You just you trick people long enough into thinking you're good at something, and then bam, there you go. Oh, yeah. So, little known thing. There, with art, there's a thing called feast and famine, and sometimes you feast, sometimes you gotta tighten the belt. That's how doing art works. That pasta spin drome? Yes. Listen, we gotta put the pasta in the centrifuge. We gotta test it. But yeah, again, if you are afraid to start commissions, just make sure that you really think about your terms of service, know what you're gonna do, know how much you want to charge for it, have all of that stuff written out. Because if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I love your art, but can you do this thing for cheaper than what you have listed? You're like, no, I have my prices right there. It's very good. And like, have a system, and then you have your system, and you're off to the races. That's all you need. There you go. It's the uncertainty that is the thing that makes the fear, right? You get rid of the uncertain, then you're good. Oh, you have noodles? Yo, let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it. Do commissions. Prosper. Make the art. Do it. You can be a huge pushover, but you just say, no, it's right there in my TOS. That's all you gotta do. It's right there. And then just don't do the thing if they're not following the TOS. There it is. It's that easy. Hello and welcome in. See, in Joma? Do I say that right? Welcome in. Hello, first time chatter. Did I have to see the other things? I need to go check, actually. I'm very bad at keeping up with the Discord sometimes. But yeah, guys, can we get some more welcomes in chat? Yeah, thank you. Oh, we got it. Excellent. Very good. Yes. Okay, I need to hydrate. I have been very, very yapping. But yeah, so this is a subject that I'm very passionate about. I don't know if you can tell by how into it I got, but basically, go forth, do art, prosper. But to do that, make sure you know just make sure you know what you're doing, right? Look up. Actually, I think there should be a link below the stream. I think I need to check on the YouTube side of things, but I think that's where the Discord is. We have an emote for warm welcomes. But yeah, okay. I think we will wind down for now. Look, we did a doodle. We have some. Well, we didn't actually add color, and we should probably maybe do like a little bit of a seam, and then maybe like a pocket. Yeah, that's fairly done. We'll call that good enough for now. We drew like 3 whole lines.
Hey,
Oh.
Isla, you should save.
I should save. That's a good plan. Okay. It has saved. Yeah, there should be a Discord link somewhere below the stream. We have like the stream info. I think it's the link tree. I think I have Discord there. Maybe? Maybe. I'll have to check. But yeah, welcome in everybody. And also, we're winding down for today, so I'll see you next time. I'll stare at this for the next 3 hours. I actually am gonna go like play Overwatch. So will I be staring at it for the next 3 hours? No, I will not. I got better
Well-
things to do. Touch grass? You think I go outside? No.
It's free real estate.
Is outside free real estate? I'm pretty much sure it's not, actually. Listen, I'm not saying you gotta reinstall Overwatch, but like,
Fine. You got me. I am fierce.
I'm very fierce. But like, they do have a Domina. She's pretty good. Just, you know. Real estate is very much not free. There you go. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. YouTube land denizens, you can't raid with us. That's kind of a Twitch only thing. But I appreciate you guys being here. And Twitch lands, we're going to raid, so stick around for that. And yeah. Everybody, have an excellent rest of your day. I'll see you again tomorrow. We're probably doing retro gaming tomorrow on actual hardware. Do I want to play more Mega Man? Shall we play the cursed game that is the Lion King? I have a lot of options. We could play Donkey Kong. I've never actually beaten that one or played it too many. That might be good. We got options, is all I'm saying. There are worse games. I have a worse game. It's called The Rocketeer. We could play more Mega Man X. True. Oh, we could speed run it, try to beat it in under 3 hours, 41 minutes. I think we could do it a little faster next time, actually. Yeah. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out. Have an excellent rest of your day. Twitch lands, let us raid. Okay. Bye. Wah.